Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 304, Lamar Black Crick.
Crick. What is wrong with you? Black Creek.
Oh,
Yeah. But Joe, is this the first female-led Western martial arts movie we've ever reviewed? I did this.
that we ever reviewed? Yes,
That we have
Lamar.
ever reviewed, yeah. That's what makes it special, Joe. Yes,
Okay.
this movie combines all of those things with a legend who we interviewed about this movie.
Yeah, when they were
Cynthia Rothrock.
crowdfunding the movie, I think we interviewed her, Cynthia Rothrock.
Yep.
Well, Lamar, let's get right into it. Our first category, what do we think of the story?
Well, Joe, this takes place in the West. The sheriff, unfortunately, is killed for his land by a mean old. He owns like what is it, a casino or something like that
Yeah,
in town?
in a brothel,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, a brothel. I'm sorry, Damian Sinclair. He murders the sheriff and some of his family to get the land that he's on because he's trying to just take over because he's just greedy.
Yeah.
But unbeknownst to him, the sheriff has a sister, Rose, a badass sister, who is a gunslinger, of course, played by Cynthia Rothrock, and she has vowed to get vengeance for the killing of her brother.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Well, Lamar, here's the thing, too, Lamar. I hate Westerns, honestly. I just hate Westerns. You know, the story it's pretty standard, I guess, for
Yes.
like the Western. It's the revenge, you killed my brother, blah, blah, blah. So to me, the story was kind of stock. What I did enjoy was like the action of it. It was moving pretty quickly. And a lot of people just get murked in this movie. Like, people just getting killed left and right. So,
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie, I feel like it's quicker of a pace for a Western, even
Yeah.
though I felt like it slowed down in the middle. It is a standard movie, standard plot, but there are some things where I was like, oh, this happened. I was kind of caught off guard by a couple of things that
Okay.
happened.
yeah, I mean, to me, like, the Western genre in general doesn't have, like, a lot of substance. It's always stealing someone's land, stealing someone's animals, getting revenge on someone's dead brother, or trying to marry a woman that doesn't want to get married. like, it's always one of those. So I don't know. What are you rating it?
Because it slowed down a little bit in the middle, I gave it a half a point.
I agree. Half point.
Yeah.
Our next category, Lamar, is what do we think of the characters?
I like the characters.
Yeah.
We mentioned Cynthia Rothrock, of course, plays Rose, and yeah, she don't take no shit from nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, we will get to the killing part later on. But then I did like the villain played by Richard Norton, who played Damien. There's a lot of people in this movie. Patrick Kilpatrick, a person who has been in other movies like Minority Report. He was in, gosh, he's been in a lot of stuff. He's just like, a character actor that you see. Don Wilson.
Yeah, Don
is
the
in this
Dragon
movie.
Wilson.
Don the
Surprisingly, he
Dragon
was
Wilson.
like kind of almost comedic relief in this movie.
You feel like he was comedic relief?
Well, I mean, his character had some comedy to it, like, because he was like a Native American character that
Yes.
was just kind of camping out, but he had like a little funny lines here and there that I thought was a little bit different for him because he's always
Yes.
like playing a stoic character.
True.
So that was
Yeah.
cool to see.
Another person, Keith Cooke, who played Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. So, as you will see, Joe, or as the audience will recognize, a lot of these people are martial arts actors.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. No, I thought
Yeah.
Cynthia was good. I liked Don Wilson's character, like I said, and I thought the villain was really good. Like, he's a good villain, that guy. So I'll give it 1 point for characters.
I agree. I think, it had, good main cast and a good backup cast as well.
Yeah. Well, our next category, Lamar, is what did we think of the martial arts and the action of this movie?
Well, this of course took place when I guess not only when they had the revolver, but everybody knew how to do roundhouse kicks and stuff like that because everybody knows martial arts in this movie.
Yeah.
But I will say it was very well done.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was good action scenes. You know, there's one kill from Cynthia Rothrock that I didn't see coming at the very end, and it's her signature scorpion kick that she does. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it, and yeah, like somebody else that was in this movie, Benny Urquidez. He's a martial
Benny
artist.
the Jet.
Yeah. So you have him and everybody else who's just, just pretty much doing martial arts ass whooping all through the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, that was the best part of the movie for me was just the action, the martial arts. Cynthia's still great. I
Hmm.
mean, the only thing I didn't like about the fighting and all, like the fake blood, the digital blood was kind of bad. But once again, I think with these movies, it always comes down to that they're just renting the costumes and they don't want to get fake blood on them. I'm
Probably,
pretty
yeah,
sure
that
that's
makes
what it
sense.
is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What are you rating it for martial arts?
I'm giving it a one.
Yeah, 1 point.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, our next category, Lamar, is I guess the overall Western genre. How did it fit in as
I
a
think it
Western?
I think it fit in well. You have the saloon, you have, the brothel, you have the prostitutes, you have, of course, the Native American. Well, you have prostitutes everywhere. But what were they called back in those days?
Whores.
I was trying to think of another term, but yes, that, and you have, of course, the all-knowing Native American.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I think it did have all of those elements of a decent Western, so I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did have the elements. But the problem is I don't like those elements because I don't like
You did, well,
Westerns.
how dare you, Joe? Westerns are a staple of America. So what that they take 3 hours long just to ride somewhere and avenge somebody's dead brother?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I just don't like them, you know? I guess what I don't like about westerns is how like limited everything is. It's always the same
Mm,
set piece, the same wardrobe. You know, the one thing about this movie that made it special at least was that the incorporation of the martial arts into a western.
that's true.
That
Yeah.
to me, I would have made this a 0, but I'm gonna say half point because I enjoyed the martial arts, but I hate westerns.
I'm giving it a one. I enjoyed the Western aspect of it.
Well, our last category, what do you like westerns over there or something?
I
You
do
think you
like
would
a
be a
good
cowboy,
Western.
Lamar?
I could be a cowboy if I knew how to fire a revolver or even ride a horse.
All right,
Yes.
you can always get yourself a cowboy hat.
I could. That's true. Yeah.
Well, our last category, Lamar, is sequel potential.
Well, this does end on a little secret little cliffhanger. Well, not on a cliffhanger, but ending credit scene.
Yeah,
So there's somebody in the shadows that's ready to take over the town again.
yeah.
So yeah, I would want to see this. I want to see how things like play out and everything. More martial arts action. Yes, more Western stuff, Joe. More revolvers, all that stuff.
What if
I would like to see a
what
sequel.
if they
Yes.
go forward in time, Lamar, so that it's not in the old west?
Where would they go?
Well, to today's time. And now Cynthia Rothrock's character, she's from the old west, and
Okay.
she's trying to get along in the modern times, and she doesn't realize you can't just be kicking people in the head and stuff over every little like debate on the street and stuff, you know.
Yes, I am going to play in your time travel stream.
It'll be like a western version of, almost like Sister Act. Like she ends up with like a group of like battered women maybe, and she just like teaches them karate and shit, and she starts beating the shit out of everybody.
I think we got something here,
Yeah, see,
Joe.
I'd watch that, but another
Yes.
old west movie, I don't know,
Oh
but
my
I
God,
can't
Joe.
take that. I can only take so much of the old west movies, Lamar. Well, would you give it for sequel potential?
I'm giving it a one.
1 point. I'm gonna give it a half point, Lamar.
Oh my God.
I mean, I like Cynthia Rothrock. I like her beating people up, but just not in the old west.
That's your
It's too
that's your
dusty.
cutoff.
It's dusty back there, Lamar.
Well, yeah. What else did they have? They didn't have like concrete road, or did they? I don't know.
I don't know. They haven't got no cars. They have machine
No.
guns. The hell?
Well, they started making machine guns around that
Yeah.
time, I think.
Well, Lamar, we've tallied the score, and this movie gets a 4 out of 5, partner.
Yeehaw! I enjoyed this movie. I
You
think it's
did.
a nice watch. It was a little long, but yeah, I like that it is pretty much a martial arts western.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. Not pretty much.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it
And
is.
we
Yeah.
found out like Lamar likes the westerns.
I do like the westerns. I will say this: some of the
Mm,
westerns can be very long.
yeah.
Like the older ones, like in the '60s and stuff like that. Those went like forever. They had intermissions.
Yeah. I have to start
Yeah.
calling you Marshall. Marshall?
Ooh, Marshall Clark Gable. Wow.
Hello, Marshall.
Hey, Marshall. I like it. Nice.
Okay. Well, does that wrap it up then, Lamar?
It does.
All right. Black Crick. Peace.
Deuces.